Okay, so we will get started. Thank you all for joining. Lisa was on for the last couple of webinars, and she did a fantastic job. We learned so much about peptides and all the other fantastic things in her knowledge. I am back. This is the Profit Like It's Hot webinar series. Where we dive in and get to, the down and dirty of the companies that come on, which I really just try to answer the questions that many folks have. Now, if you've been with me for all of my series, you know that if you have a question, please just pop it in the chat, and David or myself or our lovely coach Mike will answer you. This is not a lecture. This is a conversation. So if you have a question during the meeting, be sure to pop it in and we will answer it. Hello, Mike. So this is the Profit Like It's Hot webinar series, like I said, and thank you all for joining. Now, I would be remiss if I did not let you know that Summit tickets are the lowest price of the season. We will not be doing them lower. Even BOGOs will not be lower than this price. Now, I know some of you are waiting for our traditional BOGO season, but this price is even lower than our BOGO season. If you are a member, do not scam this. Do not buy from this link. Go into your member portal. There's a special discount for you members there. I'm excited about the summit this year. Bigger, better, badder. Lisa, of course, is bringing amazing content from the stage. We're going to have exhibitors there that will help you and get you going on your pharmacy journey. Okay, so I am Heather Haro, for those of you that don't know, CRO of DiversifyRx. This is my new friend, new-ish, old-ish friend. We've been working with PrimeRx for a while now. David Kirkus, he's the VP of PrimeRx Market. Now, I am thrilled that you're here, number one. Number two, I'm excited to hear exactly what PrimeRx Market is doing. I was talking to Keaton yesterday, and you guys have big plans for it. So I'm thrilled for you to take it away. David, do you want to tell us just a little bit about you, who you are, what you do?
Sure. Yeah. Thanks so much, Heather. And I'm obviously thrilled to be here too, representing the market. And yes, we'll talk. I'll give everyone a complete rundown of the marketplace, how it works today, how pharmacies are using it successfully to help improve their financial position. And then we will, yes, absolutely talk about something very, very exciting with our integration of the market into our pharmacy management system, into our software directly. So I will, if you can bear with me for the first half of the deck or so, we'll get through a few slides that just really set up the whole market shopping experience, tell you, why we're doing what we do, and then we'll get into that. But yeah, a little bit about me. I've been in retail pharmacy my entire career. I know nothing but retail pharmacy. I started working in a drugstore as a teenager. Worked my way through pharmacy school as an intern, pharmacy manager, and I spent a large portion of my career in the chain pharmacy space, managing large scale retail operations. I was with supermarket chain in the Southeast, Public supermarkets, overseeing pharmacy operations for a number of years there, and have spent the last many years focusing on a lot of the technology solutions that help support pharmacy businesses, and joined PrimeRx last year to lead the marketplace business unit. Really excited about PrimeRx in general, the things that we're doing to help enable pharmacies, and particularly, as I think will be very clear here, what we're doing with the marketplace is just tremendous. It's a life-changing opportunity for pharmacies to buy better, put money in their pocket right now, and take control of their business a little bit more. So yeah, I look forward to getting into this.
We're excited. So let's continue on.
Great. Well, let's start by just taking an honest look at the multiple challenges that independent pharmacies are facing today. Margins are tighter than ever, and it's not because pharmacists are doing something wrong, but it's because we work in a system that's designed to compress margin. And in this system, you're expected to deliver high quality care, but then you're paid less for it every year. You've got shrinking reimbursements, unpredictable fees, the ongoing threat of PBM audits, and it means you find out weeks or even months later that you lost money on a prescription. You can fill more scripts than last year and somehow end up making less. And that's just not sustainable. Hiring techs has become a full time job, and keeping them is even harder. Wages are rising as they should, but the revenue just isn't following suit. And we're even seeing many owners being forced to step back into full time dispensing roles just to keep the doors open. But like I said, you're working in a system that's designed intentionally to be opaque and difficult for pharmacies to navigate. It really is. You often don't know what you really paid for a drug until rebates settle months later, and even then, it's buried in spreadsheets.
Right.
Primary wholesaler pricing is a moving target. There's WAC, the invoice price, the net rebate adjusted price. All of those are different, and they're all very difficult to reconcile. You're being effectively asked to buy inventory without a price tag attached. Just a promise, right? It's you buy here and we promise it will work out in the end.
Right.
But if you think about any other industry, I mean, imagine someone running a restaurant and knowing and not knowing what their ingredient cost was until the next quarter. That's essentially what pharmacies deal with on a daily basis. And within all of this, managing the complexities comes at a real cost. Toggling between portals, comparing NDCs, guessing which items are covered by which rebates. It's exhausting and it's error prone. You and your staff become procurement analysts essentially, and you spend more time optimizing contracts than actually caring for patients sometimes. It causes an emotional and administrative load that it causes a toll. It's crushing in some cases, and it causes a lot of invisible behind the scenes work that nobody's paying you to do. And I think, think about how many hours a week you or your technicians spend just trying to order smart enough to stay profitable. And what's that time worth if you could reclaim it? You're locked into supplier relationships where there's generally not any real competition. Wholesalers set the terms, the price, the penalties, and then you're just expected to hit targets simply to access fair pricing. Um, I mean, I think about we talk to pharmacies all the time, and you look at inventory building and building, and putting more and more products on your shelves. I think if we all think about it, I mean, how many times have you ordered products that you don't really need just to try to improve your cost of goods?
Right.
It's if it feels familiar, if you've been pushing that boulder uphill every day just to break even, you're not crazy, you're not alone. The system is not broken. It's built this way on purpose, and that's why we have to change the game. So yeah, on the next slide here, PrimeRx Market. Imagine this. Instead of buying from a single supplier who controls all your pricing, you now have the ability to shop across 40 suppliers, all of whom are competing to offer you the best price and selection on a single convenient platform. What if you didn't have to log into 5 sites and dig through emails or cross-check contracts just to see if you're, getting your best price? Thousands of pharmacies are shopping on PrimeRx Market every day, and that number is growing fast. And it's really because it's a very simple but radical concept. You shop in a competitive marketplace, suppliers compete for your business. When we have competition, price goes down and you win. So we're not looking to, disrupt pharmacy, but it's more about repairing parts of what's broken, returning control to the people who are actually doing the work. The platform helps pharmacists stay ahead, not by putting more on their plate, but by taking a lot of the complexity and guesswork and waste out of the current purchasing model. And when we say PrimeRx Market is a lifeline, we mean it, and we'll get into some real world results in just a couple minutes. Okay, let's get into some of the meat of the market here. So,
Sure.
to me, when I think of a lifeline, when you have a lifeline, that gives you permission to feel hopeful. right? We're putting pharmacies in a position to no longer be stuck overpaying up front for drugs and then praying for rebates to make the numbers work. Um, when you shop on PrimeRx Market, you see live bottom line pricing from like I said, over 40 suppliers. So when you place that order, that means there's no surprises, no hidden markups, no rebate games that we're playing. And on average, pricing on PrimeRx Market is 45% better than what primary wholesalers are charging up front. Immediate 45% savings across the board. You don't need a GPO, you don't need a contract or a manual to decode your tiered pricings. You just need the ability to get online and shop. And these savings are happening on generics and brands, real margin on the drugs that pharmacies dispense every day. Um, on our site, like I said earlier, it eliminates the need to log into multiple portals or, a lot of people are emailing their sales rep at your wholesaler, checking prices, finding deals. On our site, you're able to purchase across wholesalers in one place. It's centralized. You're not swiveling from site to site searching for the same NDC over and over again.
Mhm.
Um, and it's not just about better pricing, it's about reclaiming hours in your week for you and your staff. You stop having to manage all of the complexity in purchasing. Take that time and invest it elsewhere so you can start managing your pharmacy.
Mhm. And
Um,
that's really what it
Please go
is,
ahead.
right? That's really what it is. It's optimizing the time that we have by doing it in one place. I think that's the best that we all hope for, right? Is to reclaim that time so we can build our businesses, not being drowned in purchasing.
Yeah, I mean the time that pharmacists and pharmacy technicians spend, down in the weeds on how to save money on the products they're buying. I mean, that's time that could be invested in supporting your team, improving care models, investing in building your future for your pharmacy the way that you want it. And none of us went to pharmacy school to learn how to purchase drugs more effectively or cheaper.
Right.
We're trying to build technology solutions that automate that. We try to take that thought process human element out of it as much as we can so that you're focused on making the bigger decisions that impact your business and impact the patient care you're trying to provide.
Yeah. You get to have fun in your community again, really.
Yeah,
Um,
you get to do what you went to school to learn how to do and provide
yeah.
that level of care on the front line of healthcare that pharmacists are providing.
Loving on people. Catherine just asked, would you match prices if elsewhere offers something at a lower cost?
So yeah, on our platform, we do not control pricing at all. We work with our suppliers to give them insights into pricing on our market so that they can understand how to better price themselves, price their own catalogs, and manage that themselves. So we generally don't get involved in one-off kind of price negotiation decisions. If
Mhm.
there are, if someone's looking to purchase a large number of drugs, or you're looking to open a new pharmacy and stock your shelves the first time, we can work with you on providing discounts sort of around bulk purchasing opportunities. But again, we try to we're almost like a neutral third party, if you think about it that way, where we're bringing buyers and sellers together into that competitive marketplace. We really see aggressively lower pricing compared to what we see, particularly from primary wholesale pricing. And so hope that answers that question. Happy to anyone has more deeper questions offline, you can certainly contact me directly and we can talk more about your particular situation as well.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting lots of questions now. Who are some of the buyers you're bringing to the table? How many total? So I think you said 40 total.
Suppliers, yeah, wholesalers. We have over 40, 45 or so wholesalers. Um, and we have two new wholesalers joining our marketplace today. A lot of interest in additional suppliers coming onto our site. Um, so yeah, this is a mix of we have some specialized wholesalers in niche categories around diabetic supplies in particular. And then we do have quite a number of very large secondary full line wholesalers. And like I said, brands, generics, controls, OTCs. Our goal is to, anything you need behind the counter or over the counter, if you're going to buy it and sell it on your pharmacy, we want you to shop it competitively on our marketplace.
Right, right. Um, do you want to go on? Oh, well, I'll ask the question while you're taking a drink.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
How do you compare with Esri RX?
Yeah, I mean, I think similar concept. What we have here, so this is PrimeRx acquired a business called Trexaid that was started about 15 years ago. So this was the first and is the largest pharmacy marketplace that exists today. There are others who have come along since then, Esri being one of those. And so it is a comparative site that has, a different mix of suppliers that they work with, different terms, different, the pricing works a little bit differently there. I don't have a lot of direct experience with Esri. I think many of
Sure,
the pharmacies on the line today here will have experience with probably both our platforms.
sure,
Um, but for us, we try to focus on transparency, price, and convenience. And then, you know, if we can just hold that question maybe for just a few more minutes,
sure.
when we talk about our integration, this is where we really become differentiated from any of the other solution providers in this space. So we'll talk about that in just a moment.
Sure, sure. We'll put that one on pause, Catherine.
Sure. Yeah, so let's get back to what we're really doing here. We really are
All right.
flipping the script, right? You go from buying from a single source that controls all your pricing to one platform that opens it up and brings you better pricing across the board. It's not a pay-to-play platform. There are no subscription costs, no platform fees, no commitment to us at all. You're not signing up for a new wholesaler contract. You're just creating an account on our site to access better pricing. There's nothing to negotiate, no hidden terms. You sign up, you shop, you save. That's it. And pharmacies that are shifting just 5% of their purchases are seeing real savings, $3,000 to $10,000 per month by just grabbing that low-hanging fruit. No full vendor switch. Just really, it's really just a mindset change and getting away from that fear of what if I don't hit my next rebate tier, and looking for better pricing comparatively. It's
Right.
super simple to get onto our site. It takes you less than 4 minutes. You don't need training. You don't need to call anyone. You literally fill out a form, electronically sign a standard application, and upload your license to us. You can register in the time it takes you to brew a cup of coffee, and there's no risk. So, with a lot of value, low risk, minimal effort, why wouldn't you try it? Is the way I look at it.
Yeah, I would have to agree. And I love that it's under 4 minutes. I love that it's that specific, how long it takes to get you to sign up. And it does.
Yeah.
I obviously I didn't get through the whole process, but I was messing around in there and it's very simple. There's no gobbledygook, no, long contracts, horrible wording, none of that stuff. It seemed very, very simple when I was in there.
Good. Glad to hear you had a good experience with it. Yeah, so okay, let's look at some real world examples of how pharmacies are saving on PrimeRx Market. These numbers on the screen, these are not projections. These are legitimately actual monthly savings from real pharmacies who are shopping on our platform today. And again, none of these pharmacies overhauled their operations. They didn't, void their primary wholesaler agreement and start shopping here. They just started making one drug at a time, simple behavior changes, and started paying less for the same drugs. These numbers are not inflated. These are legitimate monthly statements. The range speaks volumes. I think it's you're seeing between 22 to over $31,000 per month savings on the cost of goods, and annualized over 350,000 to over $700,000 per pharmacy per year. And even smaller pharmacies are realizing six-digit figure or six-figure savings in a year from shifting some of their purchases to the market. These
That's
are these
incredible.
are our peers, right? These are pharmacies just like yours, saving thousands right now. Sorry, Heather, go ahead.
No, it's incredible because in really listening to you, you're saying you're not switching everything. You're switching a few items. That low hanging fruit. Lisa talks about taking advantage of low hanging fruit all of the time in multiple areas. And this is a place where it's not changing everything. It's a few small changes that are maximizing savings.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm.
I mean, every few dollars you save, we all know how it adds
Yep.
up. When you're
Yeah.
buying hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of drugs on a monthly basis, then every dollar you overpay for every bottle is just, you see your reimbursement, you see where
Right.
you're getting squeezed. Think about every drug, look at the pricing and determine, if I had paid a little bit less for this drug and made a little bit more on the transaction, how would
Right.
that impact my business?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and here's the thing that I think is really, really telling is, the cost of inaction is real, right? This is real dollars. I mean, think about what your pharmacy could do with an extra $20,000 this month.
Right.
Most pharmacies don't realize how much money they're leaving on the table, and it's because they've been trained to question, not to question it, right? This is the way it's done. It's always been this way. This is the way we have to buy drugs and sell drugs in America. But that's not true. These are real world savings examples that show you what you can do when you do finally start to question the system, if you
Right.
will.
Right. 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 Think people would like to crush that system.
Yeah. So, all right. So here's just a little bit. We'll kind of go through this and unpack some of the benefits of shopping competitively outside your primary. Again, you see the actual price up front, no tricks, no rebates. And think about this, your actual bottom line cost of goods on the drug you're dispensing before you dispense it. It's
Right.
it's it's um it's sort of wild to me that that's a revolutionary concept, but it really is in our industry, right? To
You're
know
right.
what you pay before you commit. It's like every other industry, essentially. We're
Right.
leveling the playing field and allowing you to shop competitively like you were buying and selling any other product as a business.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um, a few other points to kind of think about here too. The way we buy drugs typically is we're fronting money to a wholesaler, right? And then waiting months to get some of that back. Our
Correct.
pricing is net pricing, no waiting, no floating, no surprises, right? But I mean, pharmacies, we're not banks. We're pharmacies. We have to stop lending wholesalers our cash for free and just pay less up front. Um,
That's an excellent point. I never thought about that or heard it put in those terms, but our pharmacy owners are not banks. They're and
I mean,
they're
I would challenge anybody to just kind of look at your books and take your sort of your gross price that you pay for your drugs and then your net, and you look at that difference between, and that is all money that you're just giving to a wholesaler and getting nothing back for that.
right.
So if you think about if you just bought drugs cheaper and didn't overpay up front, and then you took those same dollars and put it in even a low interest savings account, and let that money work for you, when you start looking at the time value of your dollars that you're giving somebody, a Fortune 10 company, right? Some of these wholesalers are within the 10 largest companies in the United States who are, bankrolling on the back of independent pharmacy owners, small business operators, proprietors of, folks providing jobs and healthcare in communities far and wide in the nation.
Yeah.
And it's time to flip the script. And
Yep.
really,
Yep.
honestly, Heather, it just takes a mindset change. You got to stop being fearful of breaking from your primary. It's not about defection, it's about liberation. It's about
Yep.
making more informed choices about your decision, about your business. Um,
Lisa has been preaching this far and wide for for a long time now, not playing the rebate game. Uh,
yeah, and if you're going to have a relationship with a primary wholesaler, that's fine. That's your decision. Getting back to the point earlier, Most of the shoppers on our market do have a primary wholesaler relationship and are buying a portion of their drugs from us. We are seeing more pharmacies move in the direction of not using a primary wholesaler at all and buying everything from our site. So um, I'm not here to tell anyone how to run their business. What I'm showing you is that you've got options.
Right.
And we have an option that is free to use, free to access, easy to get onto. We'd like to just show it to you at least. And if you want to take advantage of it, if it offers you savings, fantastic. If your
Right.
current model works, by all means, continue
Right.
on.
Lee asks, are there any plans to have your website link with primary wholesalers such as McKesson, or be able to see the McKesson price compared to the PrimeRx price?
Great
Pharmacy
question. Oh,
Marketplace.
sorry, go ahead.
He says Pharmacy Marketplace offers this, and it's a real time saver when trying to pick which drugs to target.
Understand. So I'll say this, and if you can flip to the next slide.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, we can, but we have a better way, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about right now.
Okay.
Um, we can bring your primary wholesaler pricing onto the market and show you so that you can make that decision comparatively on our site. But what
Sure.
we've done, here's the big reveal. We've taken this a step further. We've actually fully integrated the market shopping experience into workflow in the PrimeRx pharmacy management system.
Mm-hmm.
So you now have options. You can either go onto our site, search drug by drug, build your order just like you do. Our site will continue to operate as a standalone site. Regardless of what pharmacy management system you operate, you can access our site and buy. But if you are a PrimeRx software customer, we are launching our integration this month with both our PrimeRx Cloud and PrimeRx Enterprise software, bringing that market experience directly all in one into PrimeRx. So now all of that pricing power and supplier access we've discussed, that full shopping experience is now going to be embedded directly into workflow. You don't have to remember to check pricing anymore. The system shows you, and it shows it to you in context right where it matters the most. It's a total shift in how you buy. For the first time ever, you can compare the best price available on the drug you're working on dispensing right now. You'll see the best price available to you on the market right beside your primary wholesaler price for that same drug in workflow. So to the question, thanks for whoever asked that. I hope that gives you a little bit of clarity around what you can do on the site. But we are truly, truly excited about bringing that competitive purchase experience directly into workflow.
Yeah, and that will be at the end of this month that will launch.
It launches tomorrow on our cloud
Oh,
product
tomorrow.
and any day now on our enterprise. It's in beta, and we're just waiting for the green light to flip the switch and start turning it on.
Mike is asking, what is your responsibility in the DSCSA requirements?
We are, again, if you think of us as sort of an e-commerce platform, we're helping connect the dots to all of those around all of those requirements. And so we have all of our suppliers on the market are able to support all of your DSCSA um, needs, pedigree information, and all the things that you need to support that ever evolving model.
Yes.
We work with our suppliers to ensure that you have what you need to support those compliance needs.
That's incredible. And again, I like that you reiterated this. To use Market, you don't have to be a PrimeRx PMS system user. You can,
Correct.
whatever system you have, you can use it. But for the PrimeRx users, this is one step closer to making it easier on your life. And
It
it's not
is.
one, it's one big step making it easier on your life.
It really is. It's a it's well, we're going to get into our ecosystem on the next slide, I think. So I
Sure,
think
sure,
this
sure.
sort of frames it up really nicely
Okay.
because what we've built is a real suite of solutions that all now work together. It's a fully integrated ecosystem built around pharmacies' clinical, operational, and financial needs, all in one platform.
Mm.
And now with market embedded inside, everything talks to everything. So what I was saying about the integrated experience to be able to shop in workflow in PrimeRx, the other benefit you get from using our pharmacy management system software is the reverse. And that is when you're shopping on our market site, you're going to now get a personalized experience because we know what you've dispensed the last few days. We can show you immediately the drugs that we think, at least based on your dispensing patterns, that you're
Sure.
most likely to need to replenish because they've left your pharmacy.
Right.
So you log in, the first thing you're going to see is a list of all of the drugs you've dispensed in the last 7 days, sorted from top to bottom based on the most savings opportunities that are available. And then we've built a fast movers, if you will, tab into the market as well. So you can go back and see over the last 120 days exactly what are the top moving, the highest velocity drugs that you're buying and selling. And so then if you're looking for additional savings opportunities, or if you're looking to add a few more products to your cart to hit an order minimum, shopping that page, you're going to have the opportunity to go buy things that you know you're going to need, you're going to dispense, um, and do it and save money from that very personalized relationship we have.
Um, Catherine is asking, our problem is also reimburse. Our problem is also reimbursements lower than cost of goods. Do you collect this data to help pharmacies make purchasing decisions?
We collect the data and we are working on solutions to help inform those types of decisions. Yes. So we know about the not the unfortunately frequency of opportunities where reimbursement is now down to the NDC level for generics across a lot of payer agreements, right? So I don't quite have a solution yet that tells you buy this drug to dispense to this PBM.
Oh, sure.
But those are some of the kinds of personalized experiences that we are collaborating with our pharmacy partners on, better understanding as we evolve the relationship with the market and our software. How do we build more and more insights that allow you to make those types of decisions in real time? Um, and maybe if we go ahead and skip
Sure.
to the next slide, and we can talk a little bit about how the actual integration works.
Oh,
I think you'll see, I think you'll understand at least how we can support the decision in that moment, even with the integration we have now, even without tying it directly to reimbursement. But that is definitely a great future state that we will work towards. But
I love
here,
it.
so let's just walk through kind of how it works. I think this will come together for you. If I could give a quick overview.
Yeah, please.
So we're going to show you real-time pricing at 6 key points in workflow. So these are all moments where either a pharmacist or a pharmacy technician is already looking at the drug, and in many cases thinking about, do I need to reorder this drug or not? And at each of these places in workflow, we now show you the best available price on the market for the exact NDC you're dispensing. But we are also going to show you another price. We're going to show you a lower price if it's available for an equivalent drug, different NDC.
Wow.
And then we're also going to show you your primary wholesaler price so that in context, right there, you can see the best prices available. And then you decide, do I, go down the primary path or do I, and here's the way I would think about if I'm behind the counter working and making these decisions myself again, I would be looking at this, thinking about what are my average rebates look like. And if you're seeing pricing that is significantly less than the rebate dollars that you would expect to receive back to get you back close to the product, or sorry, close to the price we have immediately available now, I would recommend that you buy the lower price. If you can get a substantially better price from your primary, more power to you, of course. You should, we encourage you to buy the product that makes the most sense for your business overall. And we're going to show you pricing so you can more easily make that decision.
Mm. Yep.
Um, it's literally, there's no toggling or switching back to our site. There's no searching. The search is all done for you. And then at the end of the day, before your order cutoff time, we're going to send you a reminder, and then you get over to our site to your market checkout cart experience with one click, checkout, and your drugs show up the next day, just like you always expect.
That's incredible. That's a great addition to your software. It's fantastic.
I've been, like I said, I started working in pharmacy when I was a teenager. I've been in this business over 30 years. I've been in pharmacy system after pharmacy system. Um, I've never seen anything that's as big of a game changer added solution directly within workflow. This is the one, going back to reimbursement, we everyone knows that pharmacy reimbursement needs to be reformed, revised, improved somehow so that we can be paid fairly for the work we do. But waiting for that to happen is not helping any of us survive right now. This is something you can literally, the end of this webinar, you can go register for an account, log in, and start shopping today, and start doing things that really, really impact your financial position, impact your balance sheet, and put you back into control of your financial situation.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. We can't sit around and wait to be legislated out of the mess that we're in.
Exactly.
Is there a way someone's asking, we are using Pioneer RX. Can we integrate? Is there ways to integrate when they have other PMS systems or they have to use the separate portal?
We do have an integration with Pioneer, and I believe RX30 as well, where you can see market pricing in workflow. Now, I don't work for those companies. I haven't
Right.
seen those integrations directly, but I do know that we have had for many years a relationship with those companies and can at least push pricing information one directionally into workflow. We don't have the full, obviously, built out market shopping experience in
Sure.
workflow, and and we won't. Just to be
Right.
abundantly clear, we this is PrimeRx only solution to bring that full shopping experience into your daily workflow.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, again, just to kind of reiterate and wrap up here,
Sure.
uh, easily save thousands of dollars per month on your inventory. I would be very surprised if anyone began shopping on our site and was not able to find substantial savings very, very quickly. Um, Another example on the screen here, this is a pharmacy in Pittsburgh, literally saved over $120,000 on their cost of goods in 1 month
It's crazy.
and had an annual savings of over $823,000. So really game-changing numbers. And all they did was act when they saw a better price and let the system handle the rest. Um, this is
That's
all,
incredible. That's
yeah.
not money. I mean, that's a tangible difference.
I mean, if I was coming to you saying we could save you $4,000 or $5,000 a year, I'd feel good about that, right? I mean, I
Right,
love
right,
saving
right.
pharmacists money, no matter how much it is. But we run monthly savings reports on all of our pharmacies. We share them out with all of our software customers to show them, both what they've saved and what money they're still leaving on the table. Where are there other savings opportunities that you're not taking advantage of? Um, and really just taking the mental load of price shopping off of pharmacists and off of pharmacy technicians so that they can do what they're hired to do, and that is deliver care.
Right.
This takes procurement from an active, stressful situation to passive optimization.
Mm.
The background, we're doing the work, and you're just making a few decisions along the way. Um, it's what independent pharmacies deserve, right? Transparency, time, control, and a fair shot at making an honest margin.
Right.
I don't think that's too much to ask. And we're here not to just help pharmacists save. We want to give back control. We want to help pharmacists restore their margin and put them back in the driver's seat.
To be able to help their communities, like we said earlier, pharmacists at their hearts just want to help their communities, the people that they serve, love on the people that they serve instead of dealing with baloney all the time.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I mean, I think back to the days when I was a young kid in a pharmacy and, the mentors I looked up to because I saw the amount of time they were able to spend just those one-on-one conversations with patients,
Right,
those meaningful interactions that change people's lives, improve their health care, lead to them living literally longer, more fulfilled lives.
right,
And then
right.
when I walk into a pharmacy and I see a haggard pharmacist who is just run down and beaten up by so much overwhelming pressure and just doing everything they can to survive and make enough money to pay their staff and keep enough in the bank to keep the lights on,
Yep,
it's not fun. So we want to bring some of that joy back and
right,
turn the math model around a little bit so you can breathe again.
right. I completely could not agree with you more. It absolutely. If you could take control of your life back then, why wouldn't you? Um, what is the minimum order and for it to come the next day if we do use this? Is the question.
So that's a great question. We all of our 40 suppliers maintain their order minimums and order cutoff times themselves. They're located across the US. Their shipping rates, their ability to get orders out the door are all, there's some variability around that. But we have shipping minimums for ground orders as low as $100, overnight orders as low as $200, and we're working hard to bring those costs down even further over time for pharmacies. Um, but we have a very robust supplier network that has overall a very, very manageable order thresholds to qualify for free shipping.
That's incredible. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, just to say here, so look, I mean, so if anyone wants to register for the market today and just start looking around, just looking at pricing, obviously we'd, love for you to start placing orders on a frequent basis. We'd love to save you money. We're not going to charge you a dime. You're gonna get onto account very quickly. Um, Scan the QR code that takes you directly to our registration page for the market itself. And then if you'd like to have any other information, you have questions for me or anyone else on our team about either our market or the pharmacy management system, PrimeRx Enterprise or PrimeRx Cloud, feel free to reach us on either the phone number or email address on your screen, and we'd love to talk to you.
Yeah, yeah, that's fantastic. Um, thank you so much for bringing us your knowledge today and your cool new workflow addition to your VMS. I'm thrilled and excited for folks to be able to use Market. I think it's fantastic. We we sent out an email the other day, kind of talking about this. Lisa was talking about your platform, and we got many questions back. But so many people just signed up to look around, and they're happy. She's getting replies all the time about what they're finding inside of there. So, it's just fantastic, and it works. Thank you, David, so much for coming on. I super appreciate you coming on. Um, let me
While you're doing that, I'll say thank you. My pleasure to be here. It's an amazing opportunity to be able to speak to this audience about what we're doing. And yeah, the email that went out, we got tons of response. We had my team was busy responding to those, getting new accounts created, and I hope people are seeing the value already, and hope others from this call will do the same. So
Yeah,
welcome to the
absolutely.
market.
Yeah. Does anybody have any other questions before we let David go? David, you will be happy to know that I normally cut people off at a half hour.
Oh,
But
really? Sorry.
we were so good at it. We kept on. My whole thing has been, you can do this webinar while you're eating lunch, and I won't take up your whole lunchtime.
Well,
um,
sorry if we cause anybody to have a little bit longer lunch than necessary, but hopefully you'll
no,
save
I
enough
think
money to pay for that and lunch for all your staff, maybe on Friday as well.
no, my point is it was great information, and
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad you stuck around, that we stuck around and did it longer.
My
Um,
pleasure.
thank you all for joining me. If you have, I think there's one more question. Nope, no more questions. I will see you all in 2 weeks. Remember, if you haven't signed up for the summit, go get your ticket now. It's the lowest price, and it's going to be a fantastic, fantastic time. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye.